Welcome to an experience similar to ones that you've had before. Yes, another podcast featuring a couple of guys who think that they're funny. Two men, one microphone. This is Spoiled Rotten.
What up, what up, what up?
Hi, everybody.
What's
How
up?
we doing?
You have a nice little entrance every single time you come in.
Yeah, I like to
Every
switch
time.
it up. I like to do
Yeah.
something a little different.
Yeah,
Oh, man. That was good timing.
it was.
For those of you who didn't know, I was getting coffee, and I came back and the theme song was on.
Skin of your teeth. You're like, I'll
Skin of my
make
teeth.
it just barely.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is
All
decaf
right.
because I want to be able to go
Right.
to sleep later because
Good-
I'm not a
good idea.
crazy person.
Huh?
Mr. Travis, how you doing, bud?
Not bad. Not bad.
good.
I
Just
mean,
not bad.
it's been a week.
I mean, it is
It's been a week.
2020.
Right. Yeah, just to throw it out there right at the beginning. I have a cousin that's pretty sick in the hospital
my goodness.
out in California, and I'm very close to her. All her family's close. When I went out to California, we went out to go see her, and she's taken a little bit of a turn. So if you guys out there have thoughts, prayers, whatever you do for this situation, if you want to just send one her way, her name's Amber. I'd appreciate it, and our whole family would too. So just to go ahead and put that out there right at the beginning, but let's go ahead and change some gears and talk about some fun stuff. How about you, Zane? How's your week been?
My man, it's been all right. It's
Yeah?
been all right. Yeah, it's been better than that. It's we went on a hike this weekend
Ooh, a
because
hike?
one of the only things you can do in 2020. And
Right.
I have a video of my little guy. We went on our hike, and then halfway back we saw like the entrance to like get down to like the creek.
Mhm.
And we were like, should we do it? Like, should we like let him go play and all that?
Ooh.
And he was all about it. He just like hopped right
Really?
in. He's trying to he does this thing at my mom's house because she babysits him a lot. Where she has a dog and he'll just put his face in the bowl and drink like out of the dog bowl. So he got in the creek and immediately put his face to the water and was like trying to drink. And we're like, no. It's like, okay. And then he grabbed like these big rocks out of the thing. And he's just stuffing them in his mouth. We're like, okay, dude, like, you can't put everything in your mouth.
Not with
You
that
can't do it.
attitude.
But not with that attitude. No, it was good. It was good. It was a good time. We got
Good.
that physical activity in.
Good.
Got to spend some time with my family, which was delightful.
Yeah.
And it was a little precursor to see how he would do because we're going on vacation next week. So
Oh yeah.
sponsor Spoiled Rotten from Myrtle Beach next week. Hopefully.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how
Hopefully.
that goes.
I may be doing it from my phone, just like,
Hey, whatever you
It's
got to
like-
do, that's fine.
all right, everybody, let's talk about this movie. Like,
Yeah.
but you know what? We'll see what happens. And
Right.
there will be a podcast next week. I know we call it a
Good.
podcast, but we don't put any of it on any streaming services.
No.
Even though we say we do it at the end.
Eventually, I might. Once I get the extra time, I might just put it on all the audio
Just all at once.
all
Just
at once.
throw
Yeah.
it on there.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Someday in the future, maybe we'll do it in person again.
Oh.
Think-
Whoa.
Whoa! Back it up.
Whoa.
But anyways, Mr. Travis, let's
Yes.
move on into our new segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new segment called.
That's
What
not
did
the
you
real
watch?
one. That's the wrong one. But you know what? We'll do what you watch. What did you watch?
Yeah,
this
what did
week,
you watch? What did I watch?
Travis?
Was that the wrong one? My bad.
Yeah, no,
it
it was
might have
supposed to be movie news, but you know what? We're talking about this.
Oh yeah. Well, let's
we got
go
some
to
new
what did we
graphics.
watch?
We're working
Let's-
out some new kinks.
Yeah, I
everybody.
mean, we didn't go over the order of what it was. I thought the What Do You Watch would be the first one. But anyway, what did I watch? I watched a lot of, one of my favorite TV shows is The West Wing. And I've watched it a few times. The West Wing.
Like the Ohio State.
And I was like, you know what? I'd love to watch just the pilot. I was like, that pilot is such a good pilot for that show. I was like, I just want to watch the pilot and then I'll watch something else that's new. I'm now in season 4.
There you go.
So,
holy cow, you made some progress.
Yeah. Started on just the pilot, and then I was like, you know what? Let's just watch the next one. And it got to the point where I'm on season 4 now. So there's that.
Netflix is like, are you still watching? And you're like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like,
and everyone's like, hey, have you watched this? I'm like, I'm on season 3 of The West Wing.
I've seen West Wing. If you want to talk about that show that's not been on the air for how long now, but you know what? That happens. That's all right. We all watch some old shows every once in a while. We'll binge that old stuff.
Yeah. How about you? What did you watch this week?
I only thing of note other than my usual Rick and Mortying and rewatching of the background shows that you have on all the time.
Right.
I watched the remake of Pet Sematary.
Pet Sematary. Yeah. What'd you think of that?
Pet Sematary. It was bad.
Was it?
Did you see it? Yeah,
no,
I did not enjoy it. Like I'm a horror movie guy, and to be honest, if I'm being 100% honest, I wasn't super crazy about the original Pet Sematary. But I think his name's John Lithgow. Is that who?
Yeah, John Lithgow.
Like the Campbell Soup guy.
Yeah,
he was a Campbell Soup guy for a minute. He
was
was
also
like
on Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah, he was one of the characters. It's just like all the acting was not great. Like the storyline, like really deviated from the original. But I'll tell you what, this isn't a make it rant section, but it's just like me talking about something that's different in my life.
Make it rant? We can do make it rant. Just give me
it's not a rant. It's just an opinion.
I was gonna say I have a video for that too.
It's interesting watching horror movies that because I mean there's the stereotypical horror movie where it's like family of 4 moves into an old house. What's gonna happen? Bad things. But like watching it as a parent now, like when like the kids die, like it hits different than it did before. Like before I was like, kill the kids, it's fine. And now I'm like and my wife was like, oh my God, I think I'm going to cry. And I'm like, no. We don't need to cry. This movie's awful. But
it's really hard to make a Stephen King movie.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
It's hard to make a Stephen King movie that's not garbage.
There's a few that are good.
Like It. The original It was really good. The remake of It was pretty solid. I didn't see part 2, but
The Green Mile. The Green Mile is really good. Absolutely. And Shawshank Redemption.
No, I didn't know that. Yeah. Wow, learn something new every day.
I know.
But yeah, it's different. It's a different experience watching it as a parent.
It sure is. Oh yeah,
you feel a little bit more locked into the family dynamic than I used to.
Right.
But that's all I watched, other than Spider-Man, which I got to be honest, I'm really excited to talk about.
Oh, I'm so excited to talk about.
Oh, we're not there yet. We're at movie news.
News about movies
and things. Is that
and things? Yeah.
All right. So I was late. I was late to the podcast today.
Yeah, you sure were.
All of this news is news to me. So
all right.
let's.
First, there's a new movie poster that was just released about a movie that's going to be on Netflix called "The Devil All the Time."
All the Time.
The Devil All the Time stars Tom Holland. And a large cast, including Robert Pattinson. Just to give you a little bit of a synopsis of what this movie's about. The storyline for this movie: set in rural southern Ohio and West Virginia. Sorry, it took me a second to get to it. Set in rural southern Ohio and West Virginia, The Devil All the Time follows a cast of compelling and bizarre characters from the end of World War II to the 1960s. There's Willard Russell, tormented veteran of the carnage in the South Pacific, who can't save his beautiful wife Charlotte from an agonizing death by cancer, no matter how much sacrificial blood he pours into his prayer log. There's Carl and
Pet Cemetery.
there's Carl and Sandy Henderson, a husband and wife team of serial killers.
Not to be confused with Carmen Sandiego.
Right. Who troll America's highways searching for suitable models to photograph and exterminate. There's the spider-handling preacher Roy and his crippled virtuoso guitar-playing sidekick Theodore running from the law. And caught in the middle of all this is Arvin Eugene Russell, Willard and Charlotte's orphaned son, who grows up to be good, but also a violent man of his own right. So yeah, this movie looks crazy. The big thing, though, remember what I said about movie posters? The one thing that I hate about them.
No, not on this one.
Every single one is exactly right. Starts with Tom Holland, then Bill Skarsgård, Kylie Ruh.
Bill Skarsgård.
Every single.
Speaking of it,
from it all the way to Robert Pattinson, right down here at the bottom. Like
Tom
all
Holland.
Of them.
Speaking of Spider-Man,
I know, and the spider-handling preacher guy, Roy. There's something about this movie that like really interests me, and it's mainly because of how beautiful this poster is.
Is it because all the names line up?
Absolutely. That's the only reason. Only reason, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that'll happen.
So,
well, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that they made that happen.
Thank you. So, next, did you ever watch 3 Men and a Baby? Movie from way back in the day.
3 Men and a Baby. Ugh,
yeah, there's a
no.
Yeah, it was an old family movie called 3 Men and a Baby.
2 Cops and a Baby. Is that a movie?
No, I don't think so.
I feel like it was a comedy.
But 3 Men and a Baby, and then it was 3 Men and a Little Lady was the sequel.
Sequel.
They're remaking it.
Okay.
Going to be straight to Disney Plus, and
there
the
you
only
go.
person they have on there so far, Zac Efron.
See Tom Selleck.
Yeah, Tom Selleck. That's the original 3 Men and a Baby.
Is he the new Tom Selleck, or is he the new Pauly Shore?
I think he
Pauly
might
Shore?
be the. It's not Pauly Shore.
Who's the person on the left? Who is that?
Person on the. I don't remember. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Travis.
It doesn't matter.
We're a movie podcast. We got to know our business.
I can figure it out.
On. No, it's all good. Are you excited? Did you ever see the original?
It's Steve Guttenberg, by the way. Steve Guttenberg. Yes, of course. Steve Guttenberg.
Steve Guttenberg.
Yeah, you don't know who Steve Guttenberg is?
No. Give me like 3 movies then.
Police Academy, Short Circuit, Cocoon.
Short Circuit was good.
Yeah. He's in a few episodes of The Goldbergs. And I'm just pulling these right out of the top of my head. I'm not looking at his IMDb page at all right now.
All. Not even at all.
Oh.
I bet you could spell Gutenberg without any errors too.
Yeah, Guttenberg. Done. And then also Ted Danson was in the original one as well. And Ted Danson is amazing and everything. So if you're a fan of 3 Men and a Baby or 3 Men and a Little Lady, there you go. And if you're a fan of Zac Efron, which why aren't you?
Zephron.
There you go as well. Yeah, the Zephron.
I think he's our Brad Pitt. I gotta be honest. Like,
is he today's Brad Pitt?
Who else is like think about it. Like,
maybe.
I don't know. He can sing. So like, what's an actor? Is he our Hugh Jackman but not Australian? Like,
right. He could be the Hugh Jackman. I don't know. I was thinking like maybe like someone like Michael B. Jordan is our
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
All right. I can see that.
Like he looks amazing in everything that he does, and he's the one that like he's got it. But moving on, this one isn't actually movie news.
And things.
Exactly. So
this is the and things movie news.
Coming up this Friday, Avengers, the video game, coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and all those things. So, what are you going to buy this? You excited about this at all?
This game specifically doesn't pique my interest.
No,
but it does spark the conversation about the next generation of consoles coming around.
Yeah.
And how many more games are we going to get that are PS4, Xbox One exclusives? Like, who knows? Like, because it's coming out in supposed to be like holiday season, so like November-ish.
Right.
Like,
and from what I've heard is if you buy the Avengers on PS4, when you get your PS5, you can do a free upgrade to the PS5 version of this video game. Yeah, a lot of them are doing that. I know Avengers is one. I don't know about any of the other ones. So,
the PS5 is supposed to be backwards compatible, as is the new Xbox. So, like, I was talking with this is the end things portion because we're just gonna dive into this for a second.
Yeah, let's dive.
Because I was talking with my buddy and we were talking about marketing and how much we hate marketing. But like it's like trying to get you to buy the next thing, and we're like, we both want to buy the PS5, but we don't have any game on the PS5 that we want to play. Like, there's no game that's on it that we're like, we want to play this game that's coming out that's like the exclusive for it. I was like, the selling point to me is that my VR, which I bought, and they pretty much abandoned immediately, which really upset me. It's going to run faster on the PS5. And I'm going to be able to play all of my PS4 games on the PS5. So it's one of those things that it's like, I think it's worth it to upgrade, but then it's like $500 is what the rumored price for it is, though. Like, that's $100 more than what this one is right now. And this system's 7 years old at this point, something like that.
Right.
So I don't know. Are you gonna make the jump?
Eventually, not right away. Mainly because there's no point, and two, there's always bugs at the very beginning. Yeah. There's always something that's like, this isn't performing as well as it should. Let's get a few updates under their belt. And then it might be a good summer purchase of 2021. And maybe.
I also had the conversation because I'm a big Switch player. Like, I play the Switch quite a bit.
Okay.
But the capabilities hardware wise aren't there with the Switch like they are with the Xbox and the PlayStation.
Right.
I told my friend, I was like, this PS5, as soon as it comes out, I'm probably not going to buy it. I was like, whatever that next Switch console is, or whatever that next Nintendo console is that improves like the Switch Pro or the Switch 2 or whatever you want to call it.
Swatch.
That is going to be that's going to be the gamers console, I think. If they can get the specs up to par, or at least if they can get the specs up to par with PS4, like not even PS5, but if they can get up to specs with PS4 and you can run that handheld and like just run around with it, dude.
And play the Nintendo exclusive games on there, like being able to play Mario and Mario Kart and Legends of Zelda and all the other ones, Metroid. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you got Pikmin. There's, I think Bayonetta is an exclusive. I think Fire Emblem is an exclusive.
We need a new Punch Out. That was my favorite. That was my favorite Nintendo game.
You have a Switch? Huh? No, I think you told me you lent your Switch to somebody.
Yeah, I lent my Switch to a family member, and I wasn't going to name him, but in case he was watching, he's not watching.
Call him out.
I wasn't going to call him out, but since you did, and I haven't seen it since. And
well, if you have the online subscription, you get like, if you have the online subscription for Nintendo, you get their like NES
classic
collection, which I think has Punch Out in it. So
right. But we needed a new.
Bam!
I want a new one. I want a new one.
You want a new one?
I want a new.
What do you make?
Out.
What do you make for that? That's got to be like an arcade style game at that point. Like, do you make it the same way as Punch Out, or do you make like a classic mode in the game, but you have like a sort of Street Fighter story mode where you're going through and you're like going to different gyms, different towns and stuff?
Yeah, all of it. Sure.
I don't think the gameplay of Punch Out lends itself to a sequel, though, unless they do something wildly different. It becomes like it'd have to be like a Smash Brothers or like a side-scrolling platformer puncher game. I don't know. It would
You
have to be a
don't
lot
think the
different.
gameplay of Punch Out, like, fine. I was
It's
going to say,
just
like, they've made how many sequels of Mario Kart, and it's the exact same gameplay.
yeah, but there's new courses, there's new
There can be
power-ups,
new
there's new
fighters.
characters.
There can be new characters in
Who are you gonna
Punch
fight?
Out.
Floyd Mayweather?
Maybe,
Like,
maybe. All right, let's move on. Let's move
all
on
right,
before we
all right. We
get too
dived
into
into
that.
that for too long.
Yeah. So, time for some movie trailers. Trailer time.
That was very nice. I enjoyed that.
It was fun. Yeah. So latest trailers. I don't know if you've heard of this one or not. Magic Camp.
I have
Magic Camp coming out to Disney Plus this
Disney
Friday, and I have to say I am so excited. No, I'm not. I am so excited for this movie.
I can't wait for Camp Rock, but with magic. I can't wait for Adam Devine to play the same character he plays in every single movie.
Every movie. It's in the same universe. He just goes from one place to another saying that his name is something slightly different.
Workaholics, Pitch Perfect. What was that movie that he was in where the operating system was like, you know what I'm talking about? Where it was like a sassy operating system.
Yeah, it was kind of like Siri, but it was
yeah.
It was something else. Yeah, I remember that movie.
The same character in every movie.
It wasn't bad. But yeah, Magic Camp. Him and Gillian Jacobs. I forget if it's
from Community.
Which
most famously.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a lot to say.
Did you notice the
movie.
I know. Did you notice the Community person that was in this movie in Spider-Man? Oh, come on. Okay, next, Judas and the Black Messiah. A new trailer came out for this one. It's about one of the leaders of the Black Panthers in Illinois. And him getting screwed over by one of his partners who became an FBI informant. Amazing cast with Daniel Kaluuya, who was in Get Out, the main guy in Get Out, Lakeith Stanfield, Martin Sheen, who plays Hoover, President Hoover, and Martin Sheen, again, after watching The West Wing for so much the last few weeks, he is again the president. So I'm excited about that. And then Jesse Plemons. That's who the new Brad Pitt is. It's just
Jesse Clemens. I don't know if I'm
Jesse
familiar.
Plemons.
Hang tight. I'm gonna do a Google search.
Look him up. Yeah,
Clemens
with a P, like a lemon with a P. Plemons.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
the Brad.
It is not. This guy, he was in the last movie we watched, was he not?
Which last movie?
The Guardians. I think he was in there somewhere. I could be wrong.
Guardians, no.
I think he was in Guardians too. Anyways,
I don't remember him.
That's the movie you're excited about.
Yeah. So there's that. Let's go into our big things.
Do we have something for this?
We got some.
Or do we just start?
Power rankings.
Yeah. Sorry, that cut out on my half of the screen and I didn't see it, but it looks good on the stream, so we're set.
Oh, good.
Power rankings. Where'd you put this movie, man? Spider-Man Homecoming.
Where did I put this movie? You know, I put this movie in a very good spot. The
High
reason
up
why
on the
I
list?
am, yeah, pretty high.
Yeah.
Pretty high. The reason that I am taking so long to say exactly where I put it is because I forgot to get the
Pictures up. But you know what?
pictures
I can
up.
talk about this movie.
Yeah, talk
I
about
could
this
say,
movie for a little bit.
it's a solid one. It's a good entry into the Spider-Verse. It's one of the first Spider-Man movies that made me, as soon as I got done, made me want to go watch the sequel, like immediately, which was something that hasn't happened with any of these movies.
Really?
Like, I really enjoyed it, and I was like, in a way that they usually, when they put that, like, Spider-Man will be back or the Guardians will return and blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, like that's not ready yet. And like now I'm like, I know that Spider-Man, what is it, Far From Home is already out. Like,
Right.
it was good. It was
Right.
like my baby woke up in the middle of this movie. We paused the movie so my wife could keep watching it. Like, she really liked it also.
Wow.
Yeah, it
It's
was
a fun
super
movie.
good. She also told me not to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. She said that Aunt May looked a lot hotter in Civil War than she did in this movie.
True.
True.
I guess.
I don't know if they like made her more approachable in this movie. I don't remember seeing her in Civil War and being like, ha cha cha cha. But like, when I saw her in this movie, I was like, oh, she's like pretty, but they Aunt made her up a little bit more, I think, than they did in the previous cameo that she had.
I agree.
But you got those rankings ready, my man?
I'm
So
working on it.
where I put mine.
Mainly because I forgot about yours. I didn't even put yours in. But
well, I can tell you.
I put it number 8.
Number 8, man. That's
number
pretty high
8
up on the list.
It's pretty high.
And if we're looking at your list, man, like, we've got plenty of gaps, and most of them are above that halfway mark, except for one, like, which excites me.
It really goes uphill from here. Like, all the bad movies are done. Like, we're done with the bad movies. There is not a single bad movie that's coming out.
Can we talk about that Civil War is way too high on your list?
Nope. It's exactly where it should be.
Nope, it's exactly where it needs to be.
That's right.
Well, whether you have the graphic or not, I'm gonna tell them where I put it.
Let's go with Rotten Tomatoes first.
Rotten Tomatoes has it number 5.
Number 5, 92%.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like, it's
like I said, it was one of those ones that like made me want to keep watching more afterwards. It was the first Spider-Man movie that we have where Peter Parker was played by somebody who like actually looks like he can maybe be that age. Not like Tobey Maguire looking like a straight 30-year-old trying to play it like he's 18. Like,
right.
Andrew Garfield was closer, but Tom Holland, man, he's got that boyish charm going on. He's hilarious in this movie. But he plays like the awkwardness up as well. So like he's funny and like shy at the same time.
Yes.
I really enjoyed just first of all, can we talk about this?
Absolutely.
Tom Holland is shredded.
He is.
Holy cow. Like, dude, when he was like switching into a Spider-Man suit, he took his shirt off. I was like, oh, whoa. Like, I literally went like that. My wife's like, what? And I'm like, do you see him? He looks like he's made of bubble wrap. He's insane. It's just like these. He's ripped, dude. He's really thin, but like, you can see all of it. And he looks good, man. And
so fun fact.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Uncharted?
I did not.
Well, they're making a movie out of Uncharted, and he plays the main character. And they said that he like bulked up a lot more for that movie too.
Yeah.
So there's that. And so just so you guys know, Zane put this up pretty high. He had 2 movies tied for first place. So technically, this is his third.
Captain America. Yep.
So third place. And then I didn't have time to change all the numbers. So everything below third is down 1.
There
And
we go.
Incredible Hulk for some reason is still down at the bottom. I don't get that.
No, it's not moving. It's
No?
even at the 3 rank, it remains last.
Okay.
But Mr. Travis, what do you
So-
like about this movie, man? Tell me what you got.
I love this movie. I think that Tom Holland did a great job. I think that
Mhm.
Tobey Maguire did a very good job at being Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Andrew Garfield did a very good job of being Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I think Tom Holland did the best job at being both of them,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. Tom
No, I
Holland split the
agree.
difference between the two. Like, Tobey Maguire was a great Spider-Man, but a terrible Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield was a great Peter Parker because he had the wit to it,
Yeah.
but
For
I
the
could
record,
not stand him as
like-
Spider-Man.
I think that in Tobey Maguire's defense, they weren't making movies that were the Amazing Spider-Man. They were making
True.
movies that were this new Sam Raimi passion project
Oh, yeah.
that was a drama more than it was a true blue action movie, like
Comic book movie.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
I think
and
I think
I don't. Right.
sorry. I was watching a video actually about Spider-Man, and they were saying that the Amazing Spider-Man 2 like spent too much time. The Andrew Garfield one, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, spent too much time trying to set up the Spider-Verse that it ended up flopping. And I remember watching it and really enjoying it. Like, I remember really enjoying the second movie and not feeling that way at all. But I mean, I watched Tron Legacy recently, and it was a hot pile of steaming garbage poop. So
Mhm.
maybe my judgment was a little different back then than it is now. But I remember feeling like Andrew Garfield was way funnier. He just embodied more of the Spider-Man-ness
Mhm.
than I thought. But
Yeah.
Tom Holland strikes that perfect balance in between being able to be serious in those serious moments,
Right.
being able to really let loose with the goofiness, being a great action actor, being able to be flexible with whatever the script had thrown at him. And I thought he did a really great job.
He also looks a lot younger than both
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield and
Absolutely.
Tobey Maguire did. So, like, it was much more believable that he was a 15-year-old kid
Right.
in over his head, which I thought was done really well.
Yeah, it helps sell the movie more when your
Right.
protagonist looks the right age.
Right.
Also,
but there's so much more about this movie that I love. That's not just Tom Holland. Like, I can go on about Tom Holland and just how great
right.
I thought he did, but like Tony Stark as that like father figure type person that he had.
Mhm.
I thought Michael Keaton did an amazing job as the Vulture.
I will get to Michael Keaton in my
Okay.
things I didn't like.
And honestly, I thought that the best twist in the entire MCU so far
Mhm.
was the fact that Michael Keaton was
The
his
dad.
date's daughter, was the dad of the girl that he had a crush
Yeah.
on. Like that, when I
Yeah.
remember watching that in theaters and everyone just went, like, you heard an audible gasp throughout the entire stadium or theater, whatever. It felt like a stadium at the time. Like, it was
My
packed.
immediate thought when that happened was that he was there and taking the family hostage.
Right.
Like, I couldn't believe that was a real twist that happened in this movie. I was like, no. Got me.
So
Got
good.
me.
And like, and the entire movie, he's like, I have a family to take care of. I have a family that I'm looking after. I have to make sure that they're well. And so like they set it up to where like you knew he had a family and he knew that
Right.
like
They
what he was doing. Like you understood like what he was doing, why he was doing what he was doing, but you never thought that it was like his family was a part of
right.
the rest of the story.
And can we talk about that scene in the car right before he
when
goes
he
into the
when he
dance?
figured out yeah.
The whole time my wife was screaming, "Shut up, Liz! Shut up! Shut your beautiful, stupid mouth!" And dude, we were in that scene. It was just when it got done. I out loud, I was like, "That was a good scene." Like that, like just
so
that
intense.
that tension of him like, listen, I'm gonna give you a chance because my daughter likes you,
Right.
but you need to back up.
Woo.
Yeah, it was just like he had a gun in his hand in a public place, not caring at all. Like just like I will murder you in front of everybody. Like, it was very ruthless, which I
Done
enjoyed.
so well. It was done so
Yeah.
well. It was such a fun movie, like fun scene to watch unfold because like at that point I had no idea where it was going the first time I watched it. And I had no idea exactly how it was gonna go from there.
Yeah. Our next thing should be all the Spider-Man movies. We should just watch
all
all
the
of them.
Spider-Mans.
Because I'll tell you what, Spider-Verse is going to be.
I love Into the Spider-Verse.
It's one of the only like Spider-Man movies that I've like watched probably like 5+ times. Like I love that movie. And this one honestly might end up being like that. I really, really, really enjoyed this film.
Just to let you know, we've already had like 4 or 5 people suggest Harry Potter next, but
okay,
I'm sure Spider-Man. I'm sure Spider-Man will be right after that.
Yeah. But Mr. Travis, you got anything else nice to say about this? It was good. Like
it was great. Like can we just give a round of applause to Happy Hogan? Like he did so well in that scene. Like everything that he did, like it was just so you could tell like just they had so much fun. They had so much fun making this movie. I can tell.
Yeah. Did John Favreau, did he direct this?
No.
Okay.
He did not direct it. He's in it a lot. I liked how they matched it up with Civil War. Like they showed little parts of Civil War and just like his look at it. I don't know. It's a fun movie. It was really fun to watch. Really fun to see Spider-Man interacting with all the other, like interacting with Iron Man, interacting with all the other MCU people, and like he's finally back home in the MCU, and
it's good.
Eventually, we'll see that isn't going to hold water. Unfortunately, moving forward.
Oh no!
Yeah, Sony still wants their claws on.
Oh,
into Spider-Man. So
I thought you meant
I don't know if he's going to be in.
I mean, kill Spider-Man right now. Not yet. We got Far From Home still. I know he makes it that long.
You don't know when Far From Home is set.
Huh?
You don't know when Far From Home is set.
No, but I know it comes out in 2019. So, you know, I got a minute before I have to worry about not being able to see Spider-Man again. Also, by the way, can we just skip to the next Spider-Man movie? Like, I'm so ready to watch it.
Oh, no. No. Okay, so
to watch it.
Spider-Man Far From Home is a great end cap to this entire series because I really like that movie as well. But man, these next few movies coming up are incredible. Yeah. So as you can see in my power rankings, of these top 5, 2 of them will be filled. At least 2 of them will be filled within the next 4 weeks.
Nice.
I'll say that.
Wow.
So, and one of them is number 1.
Yeah.
Ready
for that. Ready for that good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
So,
all right. Well, let's talk about what you didn't like. What didn't you like about this movie?
There's not much that I didn't like. I thought that it dragged on just a little bit. I thought that last action scene was just a little bit too much. I thought it was cool with them fighting on the invisible plane and all that stuff, and then but it just felt like it could have been shortened about an extra 10 minutes. Other than that, like I liked every actor, I liked every character. I thought everything worked really well together.
Okay, so here's my issue that I have. One.
Yeah, what's wrong with Michael Keaton?
I really enjoyed Ned's character, I want to say.
Yeah, Ned. I like Ned.
But also I didn't like Ned's character at the same time. Like, I'm all for having that character who's like the dorky like guy who like doesn't pick up on social cues, but also like some about his character. Like I let me say like 85% really enjoyed Ned, but like those times where he was just making comments that were like getting people in trouble, and he knew that they had like potential to get people in trouble. Also, if you're trying to keep the secret that you're Spider-Man in a room in a hallway full of human beings, Ned is talking way too loud. 99% of the time he's talking about Spider-Man. There's not whispering.
He's excited.
Like, hey man, you're Spider-Man. Let me talk like this in the middle of this room so everybody can hear me.
He was so excited.
More of a nitpicky thing than anything, but
yeah.
Also, okay, so Michael Keaton. Let's talk about Michael Keaton.
Yeah, talk to me about Michael Keaton.
I loved Michael Keaton as Liz's dad. Loved him as Liz's dad. I loved him as being the head guy. I didn't think he pulled off the ruthless, I'll do anything for my family as well as I think he meant to. I feel like
see that.
He said the words, but like I'm not scared of Michael Keaton. Like, does that make sense?
That's
like,
fair. No, that's fair.
Like, and I think it could all have been fixed with one little part in the movie that was a joke that I think could have been a not joke. And it was the part where he's like, he killed the guy, like disintegrated him with the laser beam. He goes, "Oh, I thought that was an anti-gravity gun." Like, if you have that moment in time and you show that he meant to do that on purpose, ruthlessly, and throw the gun back, I feel like that sells him as not this jokey character and more of this like just villain. You know what I'm saying?
I honestly, I think the exact opposite. I think the fact that he killed the guy and then was like, "Oh, I thought that was the anti-gravity gun," and then threw the gun back as if like, well,
like it wasn't a big deal either way.
Oh well, right. Oh well, doesn't matter. That I thought that one, it was hilarious, and two, it made him seem like a really ruthless character.
I don't know. I don't know if I can put my finger on it. Something about Michael Keaton in this movie. I enjoyed him, like I said, with Ned, like 85% of the time.
Right.
This is 15% that I was like, I'm not sure about this. But
yeah,
man, it was good. It's hard to talk about what I don't like about this movie because I liked so much of it. Like,
all right.
Donald Glover, pretty funny. Yeah. I gotta say, he's
from Community.
From Community, from being Childish Gambino, from a terrible movie with Olivia Wilde. I think it's called Lazarus. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's a horror movie. It's garbage. Hot garbage. But yeah, there's your other Community member. Yeah, I'm an idiot. You were making a comment about that earlier.
Yeah, I know.
See, and like even though he's in Community, like
he's so big everywhere else, he's not from Community.
Yeah, he's his persona and like the way he carries himself now under like the Childish Gambino like rapper,
so different from
it doesn't even register as the same human being as Troy in Community. Like,
which is crazy because like he started off as a writer for 30 Rock. He was a writer on 30 Rock, yeah, and then got cast for Community. And then like I was reading an interview with Jim Rash, and he was like, yeah, one day Donald Glover was like, "Hey, you want to listen to some of my freestyles?" And Jim Rash put his headphones on, listened to Childish Gambino, and he was like, "Oh wow, you're not going to be here for very long. You're going to make it big." And like for someone to like Jim Rash to say you're going to make it big, as if like where they were at that point wasn't already there.
That's it has been spoken at that point, like
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love Donald Glover's adventure. Like his entire life storyline is so good. Like his stand-up is great too, but no one ever watches that anymore because he's so
It was
good
all right.
as a rapper.
It was all right.
I enjoyed it.
No,
I
it
enjoyed
was solid. It was somebody's first stand-up special, and it got
Right.
filmed. And that's
True.
the issue with it, is that if he had continued doing comedy, I think he could really could have done well. But like you see like stand-ups, like comedians talk about like how their old stuff is like garbage. And I think, not that I think his, like I said, not that I think his stand-up special was garbage. I just think that he could have done so much better. And it's like your first album. Like, you're still kind of finding out what your sound is, how you go about stuff. And he just happened to get it filmed. So it is what it is. But we're not here to talk about Donald Glover. Let's move into the trivia portion. Trivia time?
Yeah, it is. Trivia. Cooking up some trivia questions for you.
I guess is that what you're going to do every week?
Yes.
You're going to say, cooking up some trivia questions.
Until I find a better video, because that was the best one I could find.
Nothing says trivia like butter in a pan.
That's right. Cooking it up. All right. Question 1. Are you ready?
Question 1. I already alluded to you earlier before we got started.
Yeah.
That I think I know what one of your questions is going to be.
Okay.
I'm going to pull up my note that I made.
All right. So there's 5 questions. How many do you think you can get right? It's time to bet.
If I will say I'm going to get one question, definitely.
One
and
question,
I think it's
definitely.
just one. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Question 1. So during when Happy was loading a bunch of stuff onto the airplane, he said, "Make sure someone gets me Meg,
yeah,
Thor's magic belt."
Yeah.
What is the actual name of Thor's magic belt? Is it
Meg Ryan,
Megan Yord, Megan Zuborg, Megan, or Meg Ryan?
I feel like if it was Megan, he would have just said it. So it's got to be one of either A or B. Meg Ryan, hilarious answer. Kudos
Thank
to
you.
You're very, very
Thank you.
funny.
I did what I could.
Let's go with A. Megan Yord.
Megan
Yord.
Yord. Megan Yord. The J is a yes sound in Norse. In the Norse language. So, but yes, it is A. Megan Yord. Thor's magic belt.
I already won my wager. Boom.
Way to go.
That's not the question I thought you had.
All right. Question 2.
Yeah.
Martin Starr, Peter's high school teacher, is also in which other MCU film?
Peter's high school which teacher?
Martin Starr. The guy with the glasses, the beard, the
like the mathlete dude?
Yes,
or
the mathlete,
academic team leader.
Right. Was he also in the Incredible Hulk? Iron Man 2,
Okay.
Thor, or Ant-Man?
I kind of want to go with the Incredible Hulk.
Really?
Yeah. Something about the Hulk is just speaking to me. Hulk, final answer.
You are 2 for 2, good sir. Yes. He was in one small scene.
There it is.
There he is, giving a little bit of a pizza thing right there.
Yeah.
Number 3, and I think this is the one that you're ready for. I think that if there's one that I did that you're ready for, this is it.
I think
when Peter steals Flash's car to chase down the Vulture.
Sorry.
What was the license plate number? Was it A, Flash Me, because his name is Flash Thompson?
Oh, he's such
Can
we talk about Flash's character in this movie?
Yeah, let's talk about Flash.
The worst human being ever on the face of the planet.
He's great.
Yelling out things like Penis Parker. God, he was
he's so much fun.
unbearable.
He's so
And
much
I get
fun.
that he's supposed to be unbearable in the movie, but like, he's not even a bully. He's just like
I know.
a nerd. Like,
I know.
I didn't
It's
like
great.
him at all. Okay.
So is it A, Flash Me?
This is not the one that I think you had, but
B, #1 Spider Fan?
okay.
C, Flash Drive?
Okay.
Or D, Free Cap?
Free cap. I have no idea.
Ooh.
God, he's such a loser.
Uh-huh.
But it's not Flash's car. It's Flash's dad's car.
Oh.
So if he had Flash on his license plate, that wouldn't make sense unless his dad just really loves his son. Spider-Man did save his life. Maybe #1 Spider Fan or Free Cap. Well, I think this is a trick between those two. I think B or D is the answer here. And I see just the smallest little smile on your face there, Mr. Travis. Because either I'm way wrong or I'm in the right line of thinking. I'm gonna go with let's go with #1 Spider Fan. Final answer.
#1 Spider Fan. It is Flash Drive.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a V. I thought it said Flash
Yeah.
Drew.
No, that's why I said like
question. Yeah. I was
yeah.
also
Mm-hmm.
what I said holds up. That's a weird thing for your dad to get as his license plate.
Very true. Very true. All right. So 2 for 3 so far. Question 4. Aside from Civil War, what other MCU movie was Peter Parker in?
Already at this point.
Already. Winter Soldier,
Ooh.
The Dark World, Iron Man 2, or Doctor Strange. This was confirmed by Kevin Feige, the executive producer.
Okay, so it's like implied.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. Implied.
God. Who's it confirmed by?
Kevin Feige, the entire showrunner of the entire Marvel Comics universe.
Okay.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
So it's implied that he's in one of these. When is it implied, man? I don't even remember anything about it.
How about this? I'll go ahead and I'll give you this. I'll give you the behind the scenes story of this.
Okay.
This was a fan theory that someone posted online. Tom Holland found the fan theory, loved it, went to Kevin Feige and said, "Hey, can we make sure that this is true? Like, can we make this right? Like, can we make this an actual part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?" And Kevin Feige was like, "Actually, that sounds pretty funny. Yeah, let's do that."
Okay.
I'm really cheating with this question because I knew that there was no way you'd know this one.
I was like, there's no. Okay. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, let's go with the Winter Soldier, just because Captain America's in this movie so much.
Unfortunately, it is not the Winter Soldier.
What is it?
Iron Man 2.
That was my second guess.
He is the kid in the Iron Man mask that Tony Stark saves during the entire multi.
Okay, so that was the shot
Iron
in the
Man
dark
fights,
question.
right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, I mean, it's not your fault. Iron Man 2 is such a bore to remember. Yeah, it happens. Question 5. You have 2 right, 2 wrong. comes
This is
down
the make
to
or break.
this. Kenneth Choi, Peter's principal, was also in another MCU movie. Which one was he in? The First Avenger, Guardians, Thor, or the Avengers?
Okay, the first Avenger is Captain America.
Yeah.
Guardians. For the record, Kenneth Choi is the actor's name?
Yes.
Okay. So he's not playing the principal in another movie.
No.
Okay. My only thought is C, Thor, because I think he's the guy who I complained about having a Japanese accent, even though he was from from Asgard. So that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say
you're gonna go with. Unfortunately, no. It was the First Avenger. He was one of the Howling Commandos.
Really? Look at that.
Yes, and actually, in one of the scenes in Homecoming, you can see a bunch of medals and pictures.
Look at that
up there. So I'm
There's
assuming
that guy. There's the guy. There's Jesse Plemons right there. That's who I was talking about. That's Jesse
that's
Plemons.
not Jesse Plemons.
Yes, it is. Is that not Jesse Plemons with the mustache?
No, it's not. No, it's not Jesse Plemons.
Who is that?
I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but is not Jesse Plemons. But there's the thought is he is probably the grandson of this guy who was in the Howling Commandos.
All right. Do you want another question? I thought you were going to ask me.
Yeah. What is the question you thought I was going to ask?
What is Peter Parker's locker number?
Oh, wow. I have no idea. I did not even think about that one.
Is it okay? I'm gonna just come up with some numbers off the top of my head.
Okay.
Is it 837 1234 1148 or 702? And don't ask me to repeat them because I don't know what I just said.
837.
837?
Yeah.
No, it's 1148.
1148. Interesting.
Yeah. I stopped. I was like, I bet that's going to be a question. What's Peter Parker's locker number? And it was not. And it makes me so sad.
Oh, man.
It makes me sad
I should have looked into that.
Thing.
I should have saw that. Oh. All right. So, who's your MVP?
It's got to be Flash, right? No.
Absolutely.
It's not Flash. Get Flash out of here. Can we make it Aunt May for almost dropping the F-bomb at the very end of this movie?
Yeah. What a crazy way to end that movie with Aunt May finding out that he's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Man, I got to give it to Peter's Karen. His AI and his suit.
His AI was really cool. Do you know who voiced his AI?
I do not.
I believe it's Kate Beckinsale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Karen.
Karen.
I thought when I first heard her voice, I was like, is this just Friday, but in his suit? And then it wasn't like Scottish. And I was like, okay, that's not right then.
Mm-hmm.
But how about you?
No, Jennifer Connelly. It was Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly. All right.
Yeah. Who is married to, who do you think she's married to?
Jennifer Connelly?
Yeah.
To Jeremy Connelly.
Close.
Close.
No.
Jeremy. The guy who plays Hawkeye. Jeremy Renner? Is that his name?
Nope, not Jeremy Renner. Karen is the voice. I'm looking up his name. I forgot his name. Give me a second.
You quizzed me. You're like, you don't know, and then you don't know.
Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany.
I don't know who that is.
Vision.
Jarvis.
Oh,
okay. Really?
So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
She's married to an AI.
Yeah.
How about you? Who's your VIP?
My MVP is Zendaya. She killed it in this movie.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't in much of it, but like the scenes that she was in, she just had that dry like wit to her that just stole
she's
every
funny.
single scene. Yeah, she was funny.
I enjoyed her.
What do you think of the Stan Lee cameo?
Give or take it.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was like I feel like I like Stan Lee cameos the shorter they are. Like,
right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like when I see him for longer than like one line in like a little scene, like it's too obvious that he's Stan Lee who wrote the movie and the comic books, and it like takes me out of it for a minute.
Makes sense.
So like the less I see him, or the less I realize I see him, the better for me. There was like too much dialogue with him, and it was just like 2 or 3 lines, but
right. It doesn't act like, I get it. Like it's supposed to be a cameo. He's in and he's out, done. But
yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like it didn't seem very inventive. Like
No.
I would have liked to throw him into a place that was like, I would have never thought that that's how he would be in there. And that's
like
not it.
if he was the guy trying to break into the car and then he slammed his face on the car,
that would have been hilarious.
That'd have been hilarious. But that's not what happened.
No. So next week you're in Myrtle Beach.
I'm in Myrtle Beach, live from Myrtle Beach.
Live from Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
And we are going to be covering Thor Ragnarok. Yeah. Enjoy this one. Watch it soon because you might want to watch it twice.
Really?
Yeah. Try to watch it as
Am I not
quick as you can in this one.
Just a good one.
I think that it's one of those movies that at least when I watched it, I was like, oh man, I have to watch this again.
Really?
Yeah. So just watch it early, and if you're like, that was terrible.
Travis.
I don't know how.
You're making it. You're driving it up. It's gonna be my least favorite.
I know.
The Hulk's gonna beat it out. That's not true. That could not be possible.
I'm just saying, watch it twice. You might not like it, but watch it twice anyway.
Well, sometimes they don't. Sorry, I am stalling so I can pull up the theme song.
Oh, look at that! Oh,
bam! You got it. You got it. But bam! Don't look at that.
Oh, there we go. Woo!
All right, you ready?
Oh, I'm born ready.
All right. As soon as it loads, I am gonna
take forever.
I am gonna do the outro.
Do the thing.
Gonna refresh the page.
Do it.
Dude, no, this is getting bad. This is getting bad.
Oh man.
We might just have to go into the end card. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching Spoiled Rotten Movies. We do this every single Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern time. We love you so much. We appreciate you coming out here and spending an hour with us from 7 to 8, usually about the time we do it. You can catch us on Instagram at Spoiled Rotten Movies. You can catch us on Twitter at rotten_BOIS, Rotten Boys. We never tweet anything. We never post anything, but go follow us anyway.
We will.
Maybe. At some point in time. Catch us on Anchor, Breaker, Spotify, iTunes, Overcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Radio Public. There you go. There's another one. We do the podcasting.
We're also on the Facebook. We're on the YouTubes.
Yeah, we do this on YouTube. Man, this is a lot. I feel like with the music, I'm just in the groove. And I just go, and now I feel so out of it. I feel like I have so much time. But we appreciate you, and you're all.
We'll try to do better next time.
We'll try to do better next time, and I'm gonna do a freeze frame while we do our new outro sequence. Freeze frame.
Bye.